again, you know, he had a lot to share, and I really appreciate you sharing all that with us. We probably will run short on time. I don't know what everybody's commitments are, but I know that you can find us, and we can help you get answers to your questions if we don't get to them. And with that, remember, please try no personally identifiable information. If it's a personal issue with a school or something like that, come see us afterwards, and we'll talk about that.
Okay.
I just have a quick question.
Ask me a question.
Okay, I'm a parent, and some of the lingo that you used didn't really, you know, it didn't click. But I just have I guess just a broad question. You mentioned a lot of, and it sounds exciting to have the new models of flexibility at the local district level. My question is, what safeguards do you have in place to make sure that children with higher and lower functioning special needs don't have resources siphoned away from what they need to meet the needs of what the local, you know, of what the principal or whatever may think they need for that particular school?
Right. Great question. And one of the things that is not waivable are anything related to federal rules, which are those that apply to special education. So if there's an IEP or a gifted education program, and there are specific things listed in that based on specific children or groups of children or whatever, that's not waivable in this process. Yes?
I'm here to ask about, I'm a parent as well, and I'm here to ask about the children that fall somewhere between the AAA certificate and the AOD. If they can't make it to the AOD, I'm disappointed that our system doesn't have some way to recognize what these children's abilities are. And many of them are still employable. And employers and the community needs to know what they can do from high school. The AAA certificate, from what I understand, does not tell anybody what they can do. It says, I came, I sat, I was here for this.
Great question, and let me give you my 2 cents on it. I'm not sure that it will resonate in Washington, where we have to get some of these things approved. For that group of students and others, I've never quite understood that if we have an IEP that says what that student, an individual student's goals are, why that can't be their assessment that we get acknowledgement for, because there will always be students, especially that are in between some of these assessments that are in place that no assessment can measure, but that's what their IEP is there for. So I would challenge this group for us to maybe be a state, again, that has an outlier approach to this, is why can't we acknowledge an IEP as an assessment? Because in my mind, that's what it is. That has goals and benchmarks. So
my question goes along with what you're saying.
Okay.
I have talked to the schools repeatedly about SATs and about the ACT. I may be saying the wrong test, y'all just have to forgive me.
Just use some letters.
All the testing. How can a child do it if they can't even read? How can they be doing an accurate score of that child's score if they can't read? And when I ask them, they say, well, we kind of breeze by it with them. But breathing by is not okay with me, because this follows the child.
Sure.
So I'm like, okay, why can't it be changed? It can't be changed. I said, why not? Who do I call? Who do I write? Nobody can give answers. So I'm not knocking schools. I'm just saying, okay, why can't that be changed? If the child can't read, or we get the correct score, okay, the teachers get upset about the YFDs, about the testing scores not being enough. But you can't tell me you're getting accurate scores if a child can't read.
And I totally understand, and regretfully, the answer is not a good answer. Our hands are tied somewhat by federal law in terms of what assessment needs to be, and that's why maybe it's time, Nancy and others, that we could challenge some of these and look at places where that is a very alive and well situation, that a performance-based assessment, which could be the result of their IEP, that may not be a AAA student, could be a viable way to determine what their abilities are. Totally agree. So I think we're at this place, again, with this ESEA waiver, for us to challenge some things if we feel strongly about it. And I'm open to your ideas.